give the best advice to other people, but it's hard for me to take my own advice. I'm very bad at that. I think it took me a while to really understand that I should be taking my own advice and just be proud of how far I've come, to acknowledge the fact that I've been through a lot, and the amount of times I've been put down, I've picked myself up every single time, and that's what kept me motivated to actually grow into something more and see where I can go from here. But this is not only for myself, this is for actually other people who identify as, whawhawhine or who is from the trans community, that it's okay. You're not alone throughout this process. You have a whole whānau here who can uplift you. And that's something I've learned along the way. And so I'm just help building that even more. My name is Hibiscus. I am from the Hutt Valley, specifically Lower Hutt. I am a proud Samoan trans woman in whawhawhine. My mum comes from the villages of Vaimoso and Awhenga Upolu, from the island of Upolu, and my dad is from the island of Siva, from the villages of Satapaitea and Palauli. I believe I'm full Samoan, but who knows, there might be other cultures in me. But for now, I am Samoan. I am from the Hutt Valley. Used to live in the Hutt Valley, but now I currently live here in Wellington City. I think what keeps me grounded and connected to my culture is definitely through Siva Sāmoa. I love Siva Sāmoa. I love to just be so gentle and soft and tell a story through Siva. And that's definitely the main reason I keep connected to my culture, but also to still keep in contact with my family and speak the mother tongue at home as best as I can. So I can pass that on to, one day when I have children, to pass that on so it's not lost. Because, nowadays we're becoming very lazy and about wanting to learn or to keep up the language, because at this rate, we won't be speaking our mother tongue anymore, And I think it's important to keep educating ourselves, keep in contact with our family and friends, keep connected to the culture, whether that's through Siva, having a normal conversation with your mum or dad, or just reading books, authors, researchers who have done so much work within the Pacific Islands, and just keeping in contact and that connection with our culture. But yes, Siva is the main reason why I keep connected to my Samoan culture. And it's something I've instilled into my craft and my art, is finding the balance between Siva and spoken word. Definitely my spoken word, my poetry leads me first. So my writing comes first. And then Siva comes after that. So I know what kind of movements I do when I speak. But yes, the writing aspect leads me first, and write, and then just move along with the words and what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh, girl, no. She was never a sports person. She was definitely a theatre kid through and through. Growing up, I did a lot of sports. I did basketball, tennis, rugby, netball, and then the sports wasn't just for me. And then I did a bit of volleyball throughout my college and university years. I love volleyball. That's probably the only, sport I do, but just for fun. I think just having the ability to just move around and just have fun within volleyball is actually just a kata. Oh, if you don't know what a kata is, it's like just to have fun or just to let loose. But yeah, volleyball is probably the only active sport I'm doing at the moment. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but volleyball is just probably the national sport of every Pacific island. It's such a Pacific thing. Everybody gets involved, the whole community gets involved. You see your aunts, uncles, cousins, the whole family come along. And sometimes it's just for fun, but when it gets down to it, they're very competitive. They just whoop, whoop, and then slam. Honestly, very that. And yeah, volleyball is just in my blood. I wouldn't say I'm competitive. Depending on the situation and depending on what it is, I may or may not be competitive. Who knows? Well, time will tell. If you verse me in a game, we'll see.
I take that as a promise.
Growing up, I think it took me a while to see myself in this world, in this space. As a proud Samoan trans woman in Whawhawhine, I never got to understand all that growing up. And just to see myself like that, I could tell you right now that I didn't realize I would be here today, looking back at the experience and, trials and tribulations I've gone through. And so I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my younger self to have made it this far. And I'm very humbled, grateful, and blessed to have a family, to have a support system who actually supported me throughout my journey in trying to find my identity and who I truly am. I think it was a growing experience and process for not only myself, but for everyone around me, because it didn't only affect me, it affected my family, my friends, my other outer space. But yeah, growing up, it took me a while to see myself within this world. I think what helped me see myself is those whawhawhine pageants, just seeing them and living their fullest life and just being their authentic self and just, having fun and living their truth. That's something that kind of boosted me into that kind of direction of, is this me? How can I grow from this? And just gaining life experiences left and right just to help build my identity and growth. But yeah, it was definitely a process for myself and for everyone. But this is not only for myself, this is for actually other people who identify as, whawhawhine or who is from the trans community, that it's okay. You're not alone throughout this process. You have a whole whānau here who can uplift you. And that's something I've learned along the way. And so I'm just help building that even more. At this current time and what I'm thinking, the climate, the world that we're living in, it's kind of scary and it's dangerous for all of us, with the whole hate speech. It's quite disgusting, to be honest. It's quite scary. It's very closed-minded thinking. And I feel like we're backtracking a bit in where we are in 2023 now. We're supposed to be moving forward, uplifting, so many communities. But now it's, who cares? And, for myself, who's part of the trans community, we are living in a scary time where, we're getting hate crimes left and right, being assaulted, and people allow that to happen. You know, what is the government really doing? There are protests out there against us, and the people in government, you know, and people who support it allow that to happen. And like what I said before is that, you know, I didn't choose this life chose me, and I will sit here as a proud Samoan, whawhawhine and trans woman to keep fighting for my rights, to keep fighting for my community, and not allow this to happen no more. You know, I'm quite fed up with it. And if it means that I'm fighting every single day of my life until, you know, the end of time, then so be it. We didn't choose this life chose us. And I don't take anything for granted. If I'm willing to fight every day for my right, for just to be who I am, then so be it. Because I'm not gonna allow myself or give myself in to those who don't appreciate or support that. Because I know that there is so much love, aroha, and support that is greater than hate and discrimination out there.